Hello everyone, my name is Neo Mustik. I'm sorry for the acoustics. I just can't get my microphone to work the way I want it to work. So like I said, I was going to do two tutorials and I've got my base model set up for that. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to, instead of dummy, I'm going to call him David from now on. So because I'll be using David a lot in all my tutorials, especially when it's human kind tutorials. So first of all, someone asked me to make a tutorial on. No, I want to have a duplicate. Shift D. Well, yeah, Shift D. Let's put him there for a second. And this guy, let's get our. No, I don't want these lines. Come on. With this guy, we're going to make a little outfit, just a stupid shirt because I'm not going to put too much effort into that. Let's see. As you guys can see over here, this guy, it's basically I started with David and made it look like this guy. What you can see right here with a little bit of detail on everything. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to start with the basic stuff. So the things that I don't need to put too much effort into, I'm going to delete all of these. Basically, what I'm going to make is I'm deleting everything, so I've just got a shirt left. I could actually do that with box select. There we go. I'm going to delete the faces, and we've got ourselves a nicely looking shirt. Now, this has so many triangles in it. Sorry for the noise. I am going to put it back in quads. So tris to quads, there we go, and I'm going to smooth this guy out. There we go. I'm going to smooth this one out as well. Where is it? Smooth. And I'm going to put him over here for a second. In edit mode, Alt S, Alt Scale, and that will give me the freedom to put a shirt on top of this character. So now, as you can see, he's wearing a skirt. I can put it a little bit smaller. There we go. So he's wearing a shirt right now. The next thing that I want to do is I can put this one aside again. The next thing that I'm going to do is make some details. So I hold down Alt and I'm going to press on this line so I can get this view. I'm going to scale this down just a little bit and I'm going to drag it downwards. Gonna do the same on this side, scale it down and drag it inwards. Now let's see, that's too much to that side. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to do this side, but I am going to do the same on the bottom side. So scale in, drag up. There we go. Next thing, and this is the last thing that I'm going to do, is I'm going to delete all these vertices and I'm going to apply a mirror modifier like so. And that looks good, I must say. But to make sure that that it's clipping at the center, I'm going to wiggle around just a little bit so I know that everything is fine. If I put this character back here, whoops, you can see that he's wearing a shirt. I could scale this up just a little bit, which wouldn't be a bad idea. So Alt Scale, just a little bit, not too much. There we go. So we can see like a little edge thingy on the places where I want the edge to be. Okay, so we've got our mirror. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to make a very simple unwrap. So I'm going to select all these edges there. No, not that one. Should be one more up. In here. There we go. And now I'm just going to go over the edge of the sleeve. Well, if you make these models right, this shouldn't be a problem. In my case, it's going to be a problem, so I'll have to use the outer line like this. Now let's take this one. There we go. And on the inside as well. Now a line that goes like this for the sleeve to unwrap, like so. And I'm also going to put a line, come on. So mark seam first, mark seam. Now I'm going to take this line and I'm going to do mark seam as well. Over here at the bottom, I don't really need to do that, but this is going to be our standard model. If I unwrap this, let's go to UV editor. I say unwrap. You can see it unwraps it nicely, scale 0.9. So I've got more freedom. So that's our unwrap. Now the thing is, I'm going to show it with the first easiest thing to do, and that's this one, the little detailed thingy. I'm not going to do this one. It's going to be in the next one. These more clothing-like details, that's going to be in the next video. But yeah, the problem now is if I attach a material to it, and I'm going to call it test mud, and I give it a texture. Where is my texture? Here, my leather texture. If I give it this one, and I go to material, where's my light? Where's my light? Give me my light. My kingdom for my light. So one light over there. I want to have a light in the back as well, so I can at least see what I'm doing. No, that's the wrong one. So I can see the back of my character. Also, as you can see here, it goes through the character at the sides as well. If I go to material, you can see that it looks like this, which isn't too bad, but I will need to change stuff a little bit. Like this should be all the way up, and I'm going to put this completely down for now. As you can see, everything is going to the center point, to the middle point. It gives it a nice look, but it's not really what I want, and it's too big, the leather texture. So I'm going to scale this down by 5, and 5, you do that in your texture tab, and you go down to mapping. There you can change the size 5.5. As you can see now, everything is still going to the center point. It's not really that bad to have something like this, and I really hate, I'm sorry, I keep hearing pidong, pidong, pidong in my head. It's really annoying. I tell people that I'm recording, and then it starts pidong, pidong, pidong. But yeah, so as you can see, it goes to the middle part all over the place. For some people, that's good, but I really don't want it to be like this. So just to show you guys the difference, I'm going to duplicate that. And on this one, I am going to apply the mirror. And then I'm going to do the unwrap again. S.9. And as you can see, this looks a lot better. Let's put these two next to each other so you can see it. Come on, grab X. There we go. So you can see the difference. This one is nice and clean. This one is going to the center. Depending on what kind of model you're making, for example, I'm sorry. For example, on this one, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I did it as well. As you can see, everything goes to this center point, this middle point, but that doesn't matter because this is what you'll be seeing in the game. You just see a little bit of detailing. I can move this guy closer. This is the closest the character will be. And even now, you can barely see that it goes to the middle. It's just to have some subtle detailing in my object. Okay, I hope you guys saw that. Yes, you did. So back to this one. And like I said, it depends on what you want. You can use either of these styles. I like this one more because it's, well, more normal. So I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to use this one. Now, this isn't everything that we need to do. I'm not going for the color. I am just going for the texture of this object. I mean the normal map of this object. Test mat, yes. Okay. So I'm going to go all the way down here. I tap off the color and I go to geometry normal. 0.5. You need to play around with this. I did it before I started doing this tutorial, and this one gave me the best look. As you can see, now it's giving a little bit of detail to your model. I can tap this on and I can put my specularity on, and as you can see, it's creating a specularity like it's a really leathery thingy. That's basically what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to turn that down again. And now the next thing that we need to do is, depending on what kind of size you want your character to be, saying that mine is a third-person game and I want to have many details in, I did do my mapping, my normal and my texture maps. I made them really big, just so you guys know. For this one, I'm not going to do that because it's just a tutorial thing. So in here, first of all, go to the little camera thing, scroll all the way down where you can see baking, and instead of full render, put it on normals. Now, if I bake now, you can see no image or object found to bake to. I don't know if you guys can read it, but it says no object or image to bake to. So that means we need to select a new image to bake to, and instead of 1024, you can use 1024. I'm going to use 2048. 2048. Okay, so this gives me this black image, and if I now press bake, you can see it starts to bake the image on top of our model. Of course, we don't have a representation yet, so I'm going to export this into Unity using OBJ file. Very important, testy. Very important, where it says selection only, select it, and write materials, don't select it. Make sure it's gone. Then do export. Go into your Unity file. And I didn't export it to my Unity file. So it's floating somewhere. Export. Where is it floating? It's floating in my Blender file. Okay. So I need to go to models, testy, export. And there we go. So now I've got testy. It's right over there. Let me put this one far ahead. And this one, let's put it closer to the light. I already made a test material. I'm going to put it on top of him. And as you can see, it doesn't look too good yet because I actually did the wrong texture. This one I'm going to put back at 0. And this normal map I am going to delete because it's the wrong normal map. So back in Unity, this image where it says image, save as image, I'm going to go to models and I'm going to select test model 1. In my case, test model 1, you guys just name it whatever you want. Back into Unity, select your test material, test model, and drag that normal map on top of the character. Normally it's going to look like this, which is really nice already, but for me it's not subtle enough. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. It's not subtle enough. I want it to be a really subtle texture. So there we go. I just made this texture look really subtle. I could drag in the texture as well. Let's see where my texture is. Let's close all of this. I've got so much open on my laptop, it's unbelievable. Okay, so textures. Where is it? Right, I didn't have to do that, so I'm going to open these two again. Here you can, instead of normal map, you can also do texture, bake, and it's going to bake the texture on top of that. Okay, so save as image, and I'm going to call this test model without a 1. So I know that that's my texture. Again, test map, and I'm going to put this on albedo, but it's on, yeah, it's already on the right thing. I'm going to lower the smoothness, and in specular, because just this is a personal preference, I'm going to turn this all the way down, the smoothness a little bit up again. And as you can see, this is giving it a lot more detail. Now I could put this at 1, and there we go. We got ourselves a nicely looking leather thingy. You can see it on the arm right here, that it's actually taking the leather for baking the light. Okay, so that was that. In the next video, I'm going to make the feeling of cloth. I'm going to make this feel like it's cloth, like you can see on this guy who's going to disappear, like on this guy. Let's drag him closer so we can see what I mean. The next video I'm going to do this kind of thingy. It's not that hard to do, but it's an annoying process if you don't know how to do it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.